JJ the CPA here. Hope you're doing well. Quick, commonly missed things that are happening on tax returns for 2020. So I'm a tax preparer, CPA, 28 years of experience. I'm working with my clients. My hands are in the dirt with my clients this tax season on these issues. The first one is many are missing that on their 2020 tax return is when you reconcile only to your benefit what you got for your first and second round of the stimulus payments, the economic impact payments, to what you got to what should you have gotten. And if you didn't get it all on your 2020 return, the only way is to report this, calculate it, because if you didn't get everything that was due to you, then you get it as a tax credit, refundable tax credit on your 2020 return. Good news, if somehow you got too much, you don't have to pay it back. The second thing that's being missed is that in 2020, if you don't itemize your deductions, then if you gave to charity up to $300, you get it on your actual tax return as a deduction. Normally, you only get to deduct charity if you itemize your deductions. Itemizing your deductions is when you would deduct, in general, your state taxes, your real estate taxes, your mortgage interest, and your charitable contributions, to name a few. But the standard deductions are so high as of recent, 90% of Americans don't itemize their deductions because the standard deduction is higher than their itemized deductions. So this gives you an extra $300 deduction. You would look on line 10B on your Form 1040 for 2020, and if you don't see a dollar amount there and you did do the standard deduction, then you need to follow up either with your software or your preparer. The other is that if you have a small business, a flow-through business, so you own a partnership or an S Corp and it has net income, or you have a Schedule C or a Schedule F and it has net income, that is qualified business income. It's a little bit of a complex, but here's how you just simplify it. I want you to look on line 13 of your Form 1040 for 2020. And if you have a business and you then don't see an amount on line 13, that means that you didn't take advantage of the qualified business income deduction. What is that? It's your net income times 20% as a deduction. Add a thin air deduction. Literally out of thin air, meaning you didn't spend any extra money. Another way to look at it is that your net income, you're only paying tax on it to the tune of 80% because 20% of it is not taxable because you get to deduct 20% of your net income. If you have a loss, it's not going to help you, meaning if you have a loss in your businesses. Now, if you made a lot of money, it could phase out. If you're in the business of being a doctor, lawyer, doing services, it could phase out if your income's over 400 grand. But here's what you would want to know. If line 13 doesn't have an amount on it, figure out why. Just ask the question, hey, how come I didn't qualify for the qualified business income deduction? It's your tax return, so just ask the question. That's it. Just make sure that something wasn't missed. Any tax professional worth their salt is either going to know why you didn't get it, or at least go, oh, shoot, well, we better do what we can to make sure we qualify for it. The other is that on the unemployment for 2020, $10,200 of the first amount that you get per person is not taxable. So make sure that you are reporting your unemployment, but that you're subtracting $10,200 up to $10,200 for the amount that is not taxable. So if you got $14,000 in unemployment, then you're going to show $14,000 on your tax return as unemployment income, but you're going to subtract $10,200. Now, if you only got $8,000 of unemployment, then you're only going to subtract $8,000 because it's only going to be to the extent that you got no more than $10,200. So those are the main things that we're looking at. Just look on your tax return. It's on Schedule 1 that you find the unemployment income, and that you should then also see a subtraction to then net that you're only paying tax on unemployment for the amount that you got above $10,200 per person. All right, hey, hopefully that's helpful. Just some quick tidbits there. Don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. Oh, and by the way, I'd love it if you'd subscribe.